Have you ever wondered why you love the person you love? Science points to a ton of psychological reasons that are responsible for making people fall in love with one another, and some of them are downright bizarre. For example, you may have heard that we're often attracted to people who look like our parents, and a study from 2002 confirms it. We're a weird species, that much is true, but it gets even stranger when you delve into what each sex finds attractive.
I want someone with clean hands and feet and beefy forearms like a damn Disney prince.
Spoiler alert, women as a rule have vastly different tastes than men. Need proof? Here are some of the most surprising traits females find attractive. Kindness is where it's at. Is the bad boy persona really what women want? As it turns out, no. Men's Health used 2 surveys to collect data from over 1,000 American women aged 21 to 54, all in an effort to figure out just what it is women are attracted to.
Are you saying you care about me?
Josh.
While the first 2 traits women found attractive, faithfulness and dependability, are not very shocking, the third most selected trait is perhaps a different story. Kindness is a turn-on, according to 67% of the women who participated in the surveys. It may have been cute to tease girls in middle school and high school, but it seems that gets old pretty fast. So fellas, if you're listening, just be kind. The wedding ring effect. The Department of Psychology at Oklahoma State University published some interesting findings after performing a study about mate poaching. A whopping 90% of single women who participated in the study displayed interest in a man when they were under the impression that he was in a relationship. Contrast that to the mere 59% of single women who found the same man attractive when informed he was single, and that's a big deal. This phenomenon is often called the wedding ring effect. Science doesn't seem to have the reason nailed down just yet, but Independent reported that it could be because a married man is perceived to be more kind, faithful, and a better father. And you know how we feel about kindness. Dad bod is hot.
Tonight we'll be taking a look at the pros and cons of having a dad bod.
Ooh.
In a surprising twist, women aren't just into men with the potential to be good fathers. Even their dad bod builds are titillating. Yes, titillating. Meatheads be damned. Women are more into a squishy middle than tree trunk limbs. In a study commissioned by Planet Fitness, more than 2,000 Americans over the age of 18 were asked about this combination of weight and attraction. Believe it or not, 7 out of 10 women found up to 20 extra pounds attractive on members of the opposite sex. Just about half of the women surveyed felt that dad bods are the new six-pack. The dad bod is even more desirable to moms. 83% of women with children said they'd feel proud to be married to a man with a dad bod. That's all well and good, but let's draw the line at dad jeans, okay, ladies? The art of storytelling. A 3-part study conducted in 2016 examined how a person's storytelling ability influences attractiveness. The participants in the first study were told about their potential partner's storytelling ability, while the participants in the second study read either a poorly or well-told story. As a result, women's attractiveness assessments of men as a long-term date increased for good storytellers. The third portion of the study highlighted that the art of storytelling seems to reflect a higher social status and the ability to influence other people, all vital survival skills.
The heart wants what it wants.
What else does the heart want?
Earning potential. When polled by Men's Health, 1 in 5 women cited a man's career successes as one of the top practical skills a partner could possess. There's no doubt about it. A man's earning potential is something many women find attractive.
But I've just never cared about stuff like that. You know, looks, who cares, right? And he's so rich.
Weighing a man's ability to be a good provider so heavily may seem a bit stereotypical and even archaic, but in most households in the United States, men are still the higher earners, and whether it's cause or effect, Americans, both men and women, continue to place a higher value on a man's earning potential. A survey by Pew Research Center found nearly 7 in 10 adults claim that it's very important for a man to be able to support a family financially. Humor still wins. One Psychology Today study found that women were 3 times more likely to hand off their phone numbers to a man who told jokes compared to a man who didn't. The funny man was also thought to not only be more attractive, but also more sociable, smarter, and of course, funnier. Another study of 200 female and 200 male university students further found that humor is often viewed as an indicator of intelligence and creativity. As with many of the traits women find attractive, the reason for finding humor desirable in a member of the opposite sex involves more than just needing a good laugh. Bad eyesight is irresistible? For a long time, glasses were just part of the nerd uniform, but times have changed. Being called a nerd is as good as a compliment. You could say that glasses are still a necessary part of the uniform, and sometimes even the most attractive part. A study conducted in 2011 experimented with full rim and rimless glasses and their effects on perception. It was discovered that rimless glasses increased perceived trustworthiness and did not cause a decrease in attractiveness. While certain styles of glasses can have a negative effect on a person's attractiveness, there are also many positives, like an increase in perceived intelligence. Must love dogs. Today is the day you start viewing dog ownership as sexy, poop bags and all. A study published in the Journal of Evolutionary Psychology found that dog ownership increases male attractiveness. Dog ownership can prove a man's ability to be a good provider since he's obviously able to care for the canine's needs. Dog ownership may even demonstrate a man's empathy and the ability to enter into an emotional commitment. Who knew man's best friend would also be such a great wingman?